You talked about people obsessing over their problems and then those problems become bigger. I was wondering if you see people obsessing over their careers and their lack of opportunity or whatever, and then that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that they're obsessing over the fact that they're not getting this, they're not getting that, they're not being able to pitch to someone, whatever, and that actually, that obsession actually stops them from getting other opportunities.
Yeah, that's a big one. Because what's happening is when we're focused on what we're not getting, we can't see all the things we are, right? And so we're missing out. We're very focused. If we could just do that and focus on something that is working for us, and we can shift that, you know, and it can be just sometimes just an inch over. It's not very far. But we can get into that comfort zone, that groove, where it's familiar and we kind of like, at some point we have to admit the fact, and I can tell you from my own life, that I have liked sometimes complaining until I didn't. Like one day you sit up and you go, why have I been complaining all this time? Well, that's crazy. And all of a sudden you outgrow that complaining. And because I never asked myself, what's my motivation for complaining, right? And so you get fixated on what's not happening, and then you're not really living your life. And then what happens is, it's like, have you ever bought a new car?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see, oh my gosh, there's my car over there, and there's my car. You never really noticed how many of your car there was on the road, right?
And you beep at them and
wave. Oh, hey, how's it going? Right? I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's not so different than that. So what happens is you see all of that negativity that you've been fixating on, and you look up and you're like, well, I see that over there. Hey, negativity over there, that matches that. And you start to look for all the things that are familiar, and they become negative. They're negative things, right? Because that's all you can see at this point. It's what you've been nurturing. But if you shift that over and you start to, and it's not comfortable, this, you know, I don't want to trivialize this in any way, because it's a lot of work. You know, as I used to say, when I began this awareness of my language and all, it was like trying to steer a luxury liner with a popsicle stick. Like, oh my God, right? Because I was falling back into bad habits that I had had. Instead of, you know, but just the acknowledging that I had those bad habits and that I was falling back into them was actually my release. But it was a daily, hourly process of saying, this can be better. And I can start to see the beauty in the world, and I can start to believe that there's good in the world, and I will see it. It doesn't make me a Pollyanna, right? A lot of us are complainers, or we're sarcastic or negative because we're really soft-centered. And we're putting other things and people down, and in competitive business, what do they know? Look at that. Kind of, you know, because there's plenty of room for everyone, frankly. But when we do that, we're just trying to save ourselves and, you know, not get hurt. But the reality is our strength comes from saying, there's plenty of room for everyone, and I think you're wonderful too, and you've taught me a lot, right? And I can learn more from you. Because I have, and I still struggle with it, I have the American mentality, which is, I am an individual, and individuals get things done, you know? But it's ridiculous, because, I mean, Einstein was a genius, but do you think he became a genius on his own? No, he had a mother and father, he was nurtured, he had people that, you know, said along the way, hey, you've got potential, you know? And none of us do it alone. It's ridiculous to think that we do it alone. We all need help, and we're all better from the people around us, and we need to give them credit. And the more we do that, and we take the light off of us, because when we're trying to say, you know, I'm so good, we're really calling for attention.